I wanted to talk really quickly about a knife that I carry sometimes. It is the CRKT Shrill, Columbia River Shrill. So I just wanted to go over it real quick. This is a fighting knife from CRKT. I've had this one for about a year. There's pros and cons to it for sure. It's about $50, kind of expensive knife. This is marketed as a boot knife, and I definitely have carried it that way, but I just want to be totally real quick. So this knife is really high quality. It's got nice steel. It's one big solid piece. It has really nice scales, you know, very sharp, but the design of it is ridiculous. This is the most dangerous knife I've ever seen. It's got a very severe spear point blade. It's sharp on both sides. So the knife comes with a leather sheath. You can see that I have wore this a lot in my boot. I've kind of rubbed off a lot of that. Has good retention. But yeah, the thing that I want to kind of talk about here is that just wearing it for a couple weeks, and I don't know if you guys can see this, maybe, but bottom line is the bottom of the sheath here, the knife poked through it in my boot. It is so pointy and so sharp that it cut the inside stitching here. It cut it inside, and it just came through. It poked me in my ankle. I had to super glue it closed and put some like paper towel down there. I didn't know what else to do, man. So this knife, the way the sheath is configured, I mean, just regular wear in a boot, it did end up poking through. It is very sharp. It's not bad for kind of a pointed knife like this, with no sweep to the blade to speak of. I've not touched this up in any way. This comes straight. I've had this for a year. Crazy sharp. The other thing about this knife, okay, you know, fine. It's got like a 4-inch blade. You know, you could definitely stab somebody with it. It's obviously a piercing weapon. There is no guard on this. If you are using this and you're stabbing something harder than just like a little poke, your hand's gonna slide down this blade. That's a fact. You're gonna cut your hand off. Like a hammer grip, I have big hands, so just a comfortable grip puts my hand on the blade. So I don't really know that there's a good way to hold this without cutting yourself if you needed to use it. So in terms of like a beautiful knife, for sure. It's really highly crafted. It's a really cool showpiece. But in terms of actually using it for self-defense, really any other knife would be better. Any pocket knife, anything that has a better handle, that might have some form of guard on it. I mean, if you stab somebody with this, if you hit any resistance at all, your hand's gonna get cut. So I do think it's very beautiful. It's a cool knife. I'm glad I own it, and I do wear it every now and again. But if it came down to using this to stab somebody with, you know, it would have to be a very last resort. This is not this is not ideal for the purpose that it's been assigned, in my opinion. What do I know?